Less than a year back, Pallel Gram Panchayat, comprising of 3 villages, was made into a model panchayat. One of the 3 villages is Bijoypur, a quaint town in Kakching district, right ahead of Pallel, is surrounded by lush green and has a habitation nestled inside that has its fundamentals in coexistence.
ये सब जगह पहले सही था। कल इसमें इधर पे हुआ। आप इधर पे थे पहले से?
हाँ इधर ही थे।
तो फायरिंग कल इधर ही हुआ?
फायरिंग इधर हुआ पहले से।
तो इसमें आग फाग कैसे लग गया?
ये तो जला है ना आगे।
आज?
नहीं कल।
The model of hospitality, Bijoypur, is now another charred remnant of violence. Under the ashes lie the death of love, harmony, compassion, and coexistence. Last Thursday, the flames of hatred had engulfed the place. Massive clashes had erupted, followed by gunfight. Houses were selectively burned in the mixed neighborhood. As we reached there, the sight looked similar to what we have already seen in the past 4 months in a torn up state. But here, we were greeted in by a notebook.
This belonged to a student, and I'm sure he or she is a fan of Ronaldo, soccer fan, could be. I'm not really sure, but this is it's a notebook, and it's all wet, which means the notebook was there inside the house, and as the house was set ablaze, either the person who this notebook belonged to had to run for his or her life, and in the entire chaos, the notebook fell from his bag or from his hand, whatever, and others came here to douse off the fire. This notebook got wet. So, and then you have these white pages. This notebook is incomplete. I'm not sure if this would go back to the person it belonged to, and not really sure if life was a white sheet today for people of Manipur, what chapter they would get to write, what chapter they would be allowed to write. How soon will they get to write their memoir of this bloodbath they have witnessed? How soon can they forget all of that and move on and write a fresh chapter on these white pages? Not really sure, but then this is how life is. It's 130th day today, and on the 130th day here in Manipur, this is what we found. A notebook of a student with a lot of hope. Academic notes were taken, written out here, but then this is it. It's now here, all muddy, squandering, waiting for the owner to come back, waiting for the child to come back. And we are not sure as when that can happen, if that would ever happen.
सर इस जगह का नाम क्या है?
विजयपुर।
बीजेपुर, पलेन से आगे। You see the smoke still coming out? It is because these houses were broken, vandalized and set ablaze today. A day after violence erupted at Pallel. On Saturday morning, which is today, violence erupted here, which is a couple of kilometers ahead of Pallel. Houses were identified and vandalized and then set ablaze. Over there, just look over there. It's so sad. You can feel the smoke, you can smell it, and you get to smell the charred remnants of this violence. It is the 130th day since violence first broke out in Manipur on May 3rd, and violence continues unabated. Yes, there was a lull for about 2 weeks, but 2 weeks in over 4 months is too small a period for someone to breathe, recollect, and rebuild their lives. Look here. Forces are trying to clear out the place. Sir, ये आज हुआ? हाँ? ये कल हुआ है? और कितने सारे घर है आगे ऐसे? ये पूरा
पूरा है।
और इस जगह का नाम है बिजॉयपुर।
बिजॉयपुर।
बिजॉयपुर. Okay. So this place is called Bijoypur, and you know, this is my 3rd visit to Manipur, and every time I left Manipur, I somehow tried convincing myself that I would come back to this beautiful land in some better times to report on some good developments, better stories. But this is my 3rd visit in less than 4 months, and I've been reporting only and only violence. Houses after houses were vandalized, literally ransacked, and then set ablaze. And as I always say, that once you look at a broken house, a vandalized house, you can't figure out whether the house belonged to A community or B community. Only the thing that we can confirm that this habitat is no longer the home for those who had to now leave, run away for their lives. And then over there are houses after houses. Okay, just be careful, Ronnie. You know, maybe somebody had put up these wires just to ensure that people do not get free access to their homes, maybe as a layer of barricading, as a layer of protection. But then luck had some other plans, and that's why even such temporary barbed wires, small arrangements couldn't really save their homes. Look here. Can you understand the gravity of the situation? Look here. The entire house with force was literally turned upside down, almost turtled, and here you have the entire house which has been thrown off the ground. And you haven't really used a crane for this, you haven't used an earth moving machine for this, which means the mob which came, they have simply used their hands, their arms, their strength, their might, their force. Everything put together, they have pushed it and taken it off the ground. And that possibly speaks volumes about the kind of animosity they have fostered inside, the kind of acrimonious feeling they came to this ground with. And that's the reason, completely off the ground. Look here. You know, these are what? These are cemented piers on which they stand, and they are meant to be rooted to the ground. And such was the force that was used. They have even come off the ground, off the surface. Things are still burning. That smoke that you see, which is coming out from the fire, which is still smoldering, is also a reflection of as how there is a deep-seated divide, anger, still smoldering in over 4 months. I repeat, it's been over 4 months. You know, I can feel the temperature inside, because this had been burned today, and I can feel the temperature. You know, I can sense it. The heat is very much evident. There was a thatched roof, and the entire thatched roof have come down. And you know what surprises me? Okay. There are alcohol bottles too. Not really sure if they have been used. Okay, it's still hot. It's still hot. These alcohol bottles, not really sure if they've been used as a petrol bomb or something. It's still hot here. So it seems like the mob came prepared. Who they are, we can't really confirm. And this village was full of life, and we have been told that people stayed here, you know, because even though there had been a divide in Manipur which had divided communities, separated them, but Pallel was one place which had stood as a tall testimony of harmony and coexistence, as even in this atmosphere of divide, people had stayed there together. But then again, something just happened. Something again happened and it sparked off. Now, what is this trigger? Nobody really knows. One side continues to blame the other and vice versa. Over here, look. Look. A house completely gone. And it is quite shaking a feeling, because how can somebody execute an operation like this, that you come to our village with the mob and with the mindset that you go execute your plan of destruction, you destroy houses, and the question is whether there was any kind of resistance. If yes, from whose side, from which side? And where is the result of resistance? Where is the proof of resistance? We haven't really heard anything from the police as yet. We just hope they issue a statement and confirm as whether they have arrested anyone. If yes, how many people, on what charges, and at what point they got the information, and at what point did they intervene. So look at this. And we are reporting from here because they happened yesterday and today. In the past 24 hours, this is how the violence has created a mayhem and wreaked havoc. Look here. Last time when we came, we had shown similar scenes of destruction, and we thought that was it. We thought maybe not anymore. Over there are many more houses. I will just stop myself here because not really sure if it's safe to go there anymore. We aren't sure about any point of elevation. Coming from experience, not really sure of any point of elevation. So yes, not really sure if anyone is watching us. So yes, over there there was another house which has been completely reduced to rubble, and as I've been saying, it's very interesting when you watch these houses, you see there had been an effort to pull them down. Now the only thing that I'm trying to highlight here is that you come, throw a stone and leave. You pelt a stone, you leave. You try and ransack the house, you leave. You go inside the house, you vandalize, and then you leave. But here there has been a concerted effort, and which is so uniform in what you have seen so far, that the effort is to pull down these houses completely. So from the roof to the surface, the gap has been reduced, diminished. The roofs have all fallen on the ground, and if you watch them carefully, it was executed in such a manner that whoever these houses belong to, they will not be able to come back, not anytime soon. And there is the larger suspicion. You wanted them to leave. He wanted them to leave this village and ensure that they do not get to come back anytime soon. We have seen similar scenes near Kangwai. We have seen similar scenes in other places. We have also seen similar scenes in other districts. Watch this and ask yourself, can one person do this? You come here with the mindset that you will destroy this house and make sure that that no one gets to stay here. So these are concrete pillars, and you have a concrete roof, which to some extent has been damaged as well, because the tin sheets which you see have been pulled down. They have all either fallen off. They're all tin sheets. Okay. Now they have either fallen off the roof because of the heat, and there are telltale signs that they were all set ablaze. Look, all these bamboos are now charred because they were all set ablaze. Apologies, because whoever these houses belong to, maybe they are either running for their lives or have settled in some relief camp, and if they get to see this report, I'm sure it will hurt them all the more. It will hurt them all the more because the memory is very, very fresh. As I said, it happened yesterday and today, and in 24 hours time their lives have turned upside down. Yes, for Manipur things have turned upside down for long, but when it happens to your own house, the emotion becomes a bit too personal, and that's the reason. Apologies, because we are just trying to show the truth. We are just trying to show what really happened here, and I'm sure it would be very painful for you to recall that memory of seeing your houses being burnt or reduced to rubble, or recall that moment when you had to run away for your life. So this entire village has become silent, has fallen silent, and it is kilometers ahead of Pallel. We know yesterday, which is on Friday, there had been separate incidents near Pallel and also inside Pallel. 2 people reportedly died, more than 50 people have sustained injuries, and how it happened, how the violence got triggered, there is no concrete information. There is one statement from Manipur police which suggests there had been clashes reported between state forces and armed militants, and whether that started first, and that information, when it reached to other parts of the state, there had been consolidation of emotion, and in a charged up emotion people came down. Here again, we have to we do not have a concrete sequencing of things, because there has not been any concrete information shared. Forces have now come down. If I ask Ronnie to just show that side, forces have now come down, and they are keeping a strong vigil. They are manning this entire place, and they are trying to ensure there is no fresh flare up. But for even a fresh flare up to happen, you have to have people to in a way, people to confront with. A, there are no people left in this village. B, those who are in the mood to destroy properties, for them there is nothing left to destroy afresh. It's a village gone, people separated from their land, from their homes, not really sure when they would come back. It's very, very sad to witness what I'm seeing here as we came back to Manipur for the 3rd time in less than 4 months, only to report on violence yet again. From Bijoypur in Kakching district, with video journalist Ronnie Shatra, this is Tamal Shah for News the Truth, NTT.